First of all, congratulations on Blind by the Light. I just saw it last night, and I thought it was so beautiful. I enjoyed every second of it.
Thank you.
So given that Springsteen was such an important influence in your life, what was your reaction when he not only read your book, but then agreed to make it into a film?
So basically, Springsteen changed my life when I was 16. Opened my world up, showed me ideas that I would never have imagined. And then 30 years later, he changed my life again by giving his blessing to this film. And I just thought to myself, he doesn't need to do this. He doesn't need it for any reason beyond the fact that he cares about the work and he wants to support it, It's not about money for him. He doesn't need that. It's not some huge epic, there are no superheroes in this film. It's a small British film. And for him to say, you know what, here's my entire back catalogue, dip in, for a story that's about me, it's just unbelievably validating. And it just reminds me of just why I was so right in choosing him as my hero.
Now, how different was it for you to go from writing down your memoirs to then crafting them into a script? And what was
Quite different. The key differences were that I changed the name because, in fact, the reason he's called Javed is because when I was born, my mum named me Javed before my dad decided to call me Sarfraz. So at home,
Wow.
my mum still calls me Javed. So it's kind of like a pet name. And I liked it because it sort of is a bit like the story. It's like he is me, but then he's not me. So that's, So what I wanted was I really wanted you to, if you to watch the film, I wanted you to be able to believe in it enough for the truth to be real, So the dad's pretty much like my dad. The mum's pretty much like my mum. They did do those jobs. Those things did happen. He did lose his job, The things that are different are the things that I just thought for a film would work better. So, for example, I discovered Springsteen in September, but in October there was a massive storm. So I thought, well, it might be quite nice to make it in October because you can use the hurricane. That's an example. Dramatic effect. In the film, there's a big moment where the dad says that you can't go to the concert. In fact, I actually went to the concert. But me and my dad argued about things so much. But I thought rather than just showing lots of little arguments, just dramatize one massive one. Right. In real life, I was literally not allowed to leave the house until I went to university at 18. Wow. Just not in the evenings. I never, ever went out. Okay? So the idea of having a girlfriend was just to I would have been slaughtered. No way. But Gurinder was like, come on, man, we've got to give this guy a girl. It's just we've got to cheer him up a little bit. So he's got a girlfriend, which I didn't have. So there are tweaks, but I really had to go to Manchester and I did want to be a writer. So, and the poems, in the film, there's in his bedroom, you see all these posters on the wall, and these pictures, and they're poems. Those are my real poems from that time.
Oh, my.
Because I've kept them all.
Yeah.
And so they've actually used my real poems in the film,
amazing.
which is amazing.
Yeah.
And the poems that he says, they're all mine as well.
Wow. I love that.
So that's quite cool, isn't it? Nobody cares. I just really like that idea that my real stuff that I was anguishing about is now in a
It really is a memoir come to life.
Yeah.
Now, finally, your film is so personal, but it's also speaks to today. And all the racism and xenophobia that people are facing. So what message do you hope audiences take from the film when they watch?
Well, I suppose the first message I would like is that it doesn't really matter where you come from. It is possible to make your dreams come true. And that's not like some sort of Hollywood banality. That's actually kind of true. I have come from a place like that, and now here I am talking to you. So that's quite interesting. And the second thing is just about the power of words and music to be bigger than barriers. Do you know? So at the moment, I'd say, in my country and in your country and lots of places, people keep stressing divisions and the ways that people are different and defining people in opposition. And I think this film is about unity, and it's about hope, and it's about how those borders don't really mean very much. Because I've had people literally crying to me. A lot of guys have come crying to me saying that the film's connected to them because it made them think about their dads. And I'm like, my God, you probably have never met anybody like my dad. But you feel like you have.
It speaks to us.
Yeah. And that's the power of storytelling. That's the power of Gurinder. That's the power of the acting. And that's hopefully the power of the story. But if we can have something which stresses the ways that we are in common and makes people feel good about that, that's not a bad way to spend a couple of hours, is it?